Previously on Survivor. Survivor CNU ventured into its 4th season of uncharted waters with a twist.
There is no tribe. There is one tribe.
The challenge saw John win immunity with a bold strategy.
Put it down. John, not so first John's immunity.
After the challenge, an alliance of 8 formed of the underclassmen.
1, 2, 3. Underdogs!
However, feeling insecure in their spots, Dalton and Kayla flipped, sending Shannon home as the first person voted out of Survivor CNU Uncharted Waters. 11 remain. Who will be voted out tonight?
Last travel to council was good and horrible. Good. Not my plan, but the plan that I fell into worked. So I didn't get voted for at all because no one suspected me to have flipped.
And it was so funny when we were all walking away because people were like clearly in little groups and stuff. And I think it was me, Emily, and Samir. And we're just walking and we're like, what the heck happened?
The last tribal council cannot be described in words. That was by far one of the most chaotic tribal councils I've ever seen. We had a plan, and the plan fell through. Like, definitely, it was pretty obvious what had happened after the vote.
But we're just walking, and then they're walking behind us, and then I'm like, this is ridiculous. And so I just turn around, and I'm like, okay, y'all, let's talk about this. Like, what happened?
Someone here flipped.
Yeah.
So, so that's the elephant in the room.
Exactly.
Kayla, Ryan, and Eden were all kind of ahead of everybody, so they were gone, and I was kind of in the back, like walking by myself, and the rest of the group is like the whole people who got blindsided and Dalton, because I think he was still trying to play their side of it. They were all together, and they like stopped and started having a conversation. And Bronwyn, and I was like walking past them, and Bronwyn like called me over. She said, "Hey, you want to talk?" Like, I wasn't gonna say no. Like, of course I'll hear what they have to say.
Bronwyn called Luke over, who wasn't super stoked to talk to us, but I don't really blame him because it's like half of the people in that little group, oh, and Alex, half the people in that group had just like put his name down. So I don't really know why they called him over there, because like he's not gonna want to talk to us right now.
Well, I guess the non-elephant in the room is that some of y'all voted for me.
Ain't me.
It wasn't me.
Then again,
everyone's denying it. So.
Yeah,
no, that wasn't me.
With each other, no matter what we did, are we only going to admit it if we did it or
it's
not?
also,
Yeah.
I think one like good thing to talk about is like this is just like our one tribal.
Yeah.
So like moving forward, I don't think we necessarily, especially since like we're not on tribes, like we don't have to feel like we're completely divided.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think it's better just to be like honest out in the open about like what happened, and then we can always like reevaluate moving forward.
They were like, there's a complete blindside. They were like just scrambling. They were like so lost. It was kind of awkward because like obviously Dalton and I were the only two that really knew what had happened there.
I personally didn't see much of a threat in Shannon, so I didn't.
So did you vote?
Me neither.
Yeah.
Both of us did.
Shannon didn't vote for herself.
Shannon didn't vote for herself.
Shannon
voted for Luke. So
Kayla was supposed to be your Luke.
So
2 people in my group flipped.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which 2 did.
Well, not Shannon. So it's either the two
or one of you was lying about voting for Eden.
I voted for Eden.
I voted for Eden. So.
I don't know why we would lie about voting for Eden.
Well, Kayla straight up said she's flipped. And then we can kind of tell because when Shannon went home, she was like, yes. And like she did talk to our group and immediately went off with the other, like Eden and everybody. So we could kind of tell.
I know they think I flipped, which I did. So Emily texted me. She was like, what do you think happened? And I just told her the truth because I know that Dalton also flipped, and I think they know that Dalton also flipped. So I think it's better for me if I told the truth than me to lie, because then they can blame Dalton. They're like, Kayla told the truth, Dalton's lying. And also we're in the majority this week, so I'm not really that worried, but I still, like, if they get to jury and I'm still in jury, like, I need to, like, I need to do damage control, and I'm trying to start that from the beginning.
Kayla it was obvious that Kayla flipped because she just like, as soon as travel ended, she just like walked away and just left. But Dalton and Samir were both with the group, and we were all sitting there and we're all like, okay, one of the two of you flipped, and they're just lying about it, and they're like, I swear it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
I thought it was solid, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
And we already know one of us is a mole.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we can't trust this. Right
Anyone.
anyways.
So they knew that there were two. They figured out it was Kayla. Shannon wouldn't have voted for herself, so that left me and Samir in the original plan for 4 for Luke, 4 for Eden. And those two that didn't vote for Luke were me and Kayla. They knew it was Kayla, and they pretended like they didn't know it was me.
Like,
Yeah.
Literally.
Voted for him.
Literally.
My word.
Samir and Dalton were both there and both denying that they were the ones who flipped. Everyone in the group kind of got the feeling that it was Dalton, even though he was saying that it wasn't him.
Bottom line is this. Whoever flipped, I don't know about you guys, but that's our next target.
He's going for Harris.
Yeah, it's either Kayla or one of you two, so...
Welcome to the world where they're gonna pay for flipping.
And he was like, I don't know why you guys voted for me. And I was like, okay, well, like, come on. And he's like, you did better than me in the challenge. Like, I'm not even a challenge threat. Like, you did better than me. And I was like, please shut up, Luke. I don't need this right now.
And they asked me what happened. I kind of played dumb. I said I was really busy with school. I wasn't really in the know. Like, obviously I talked to people on the same page, but I wasn't like kind of the ringleader or anything like that.
Ryan and Eden. What was
I voted
your
for
plan?
Well, I think it was kind of obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you could tell.
Why did y'all bring me here? I mean, look, in all honesty, so I didn't know anybody coming into this.
Yeah.
So I'm open to working with anybody. So like,
Yeah.
like obviously I want to, like, we all want to make it as far as, I mean, we all want to win, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, if I can make it further with y'all, I'll work with y'all.
I was trying to work with them a little bit because I was trying to gain a little bit of trust, see maybe if I could just see what they're thinking.
But he was open to work with us if we could prove that we were trustworthy. I mean, honestly, I thought we did. Like, I was the one who voted for him, along with Shannon, and like, I said sorry. I mean, I don't know where that'll get me, but we'll see.
And then after I left, Bronwyn messaged me and was like, hey, like, we're serious about like wanting to work with you. And I guess for them, that was like, they're on the bottom now. They have the minority, assuming the 6 of us were to stay together. So they were just trying to like do whatever they can. And for me, I thought that was interesting because it was like, I could definitely use them, you know, to kind of see where it goes and see what ends up happening.
Well, obviously lines are like completely
Lines are completely
erased
drawn in the
now, like-
sand.
Okay, so I'm heading out right now. I think I'm gonna check out the library because it's called like Tribble Library, Paul Tribble. That's my thinking. We're gonna go find it. Confidence. Okay, yes. Okay, so I've been looking for about 15 minutes. Not a ton of luck. As I said, I don't know the campus that well. Okay, so Samir and I just found each other. So now we're stuck with each other, I guess, because now we both know that each other are looking. Is CNU Hall like open?
I don't think so, but I was thinking there's this little place around back with a fountain, and I was thinking somewhere in there.
Okay, you wanna go look?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. But we're debating whether, like, if we do find it, if we should, like, tell other people.
we don't know if they're gonna, you know, turn us in. Like, I guess it's a good test of their loyalty, but
they also, they could try to get us to, I don't know, try to get us to play it.
Yeah.
Without, I don't know. Well, how do you feel? Would you want to tell them, or do you not want to tell them?
I honestly wouldn't, because later on in the game, if our alliance were to break up and I still had it and no one knew about it, I could use it. That would be
so much better. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm good just keeping it between the two of us.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're gonna keep looking.
Do you even know what they look like after tonight?
Probably not. I could recognize John in the daytime. I don't think I could recognize Luke.
And I don't think
wait, that's John. That's John. That's John right there. Wait, shit. Oh my god, John is literally right there. John is right there. Wait, where is he? Oh my god. Who is he with? Wait, John is literally walking into Einstein's. Oh my god, he's looking. Oh my god, John is looking. He's looking in the rocks where we just looked.
We can't let him.
Wait, that is him. Wait, that wasn't him. Is he with Luke? Okay, do we follow? We're gonna follow. We're gonna follow. Okay. Okay. Also, my friend is about to like walk by. My friend is about to walk by. I hope she doesn't see me. Will you duck? I'll stand out there. Okay. Okay, so I'm also like big mad because I texted John and I said, John, do you want to go look for it with me? And he goes, no, I'm really busy. I can't tonight. I'll do it tomorrow. So I'm really mad that they're going and looking. Okay, so Samir and I were just looking and they're right there. He's with a girl. I think he may be with his girlfriend, which is cheating. Do you want to go? Do you want to go? Let's go. Look. Wait, shit, he's right there. Fuck. Okay. Okay.
I was confused.
He definitely sees us. He's right behind us. Don't turn around. Did you just see?
I'm sorry.
Did you just see him?
No, he didn't.
Okay, so Samir and I were waiting for John and his lady friend to turn the corner of Triple Library, but they never did. So now they are gone. So I think Samir and I may give it up for the night and just pray that they didn't leave because they found it and they left because they like wanted to go to bed. Okay, so I don't know about Samir, but I've been looking for a little over an hour. Didn't find it. Yeah. I don't know. What did you do? I like went up to my room, opened it, and then like left.
Same.
Okay, yeah, we did the same thing.
I get it.
So I mean, pretty crazy time. A little over an hour. We both were looking. We both found each other. We both saw John looking. And then John disappeared. So we're hoping he didn't find it.
We hope he's still not out there at the moment.
Yeah. So, we're retiring for the night. But yeah, we may go out and look tomorrow or something. I don't know, depending on the daytime.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye, Samir.
Bye.
Okay. Signing off.
John, though, kind of pissed because I texted John right after the challenge and I was like, John, do you want to go look for it? And he's like, no, I'm really busy. Yeah. Can't look for it.
I think, like, to use strategy-wise, not lying to anybody in the game is the way I want to go.
I mean, I've probably put in a combined, out of all of my days looking, I've probably looked like 3 hours minimum. And I looked all around Tribble, all around CNH. The past couple days I've gotten in a habit of, like, whenever I'm walking past, just like scanning the bushes as I'm walking. And there's a lot of trash on campus, I've realized. So every time I like find a napkin or something, I've been getting excited. But I walked past and I saw.
It's been found, boys. Literally walking to my next class, and it was in a plan that I've walked past and looked through probably 30 times. Okay, I'm too excited, but here it is. I literally found it walking to my class. I was just walking past a bush that I've walked past 20 billion times, have looked through, and I see like the little blue, and I'm like, no way, no way. And then it's this. Yo, it looks so cool. That looks sick. And it says, it's got like the whole lowdown. And it says that I can, the last time I can play it is when there are 5 people left in the game. I'm so excited. Look at this. Okay, I gotta go to class.
I have no reason to share it right now. And people think John has it. If people start questioning it more, then maybe I'll think about it.
Right under this bush. Right there. The cash money. Let's win this thing.
Welcome back to Next Community Challenge. First things first, John, I will take it back. Let's show a little more respect to this because this saves you.
I didn't know it was going to go that hard.
Ready to get to tonight's community challenge?
Yeah.
All right. Well, after your last tribal council, I told you guys to learn a little more about this campus over the weekend. I hope that you didn't take those. I hope that you actually did that because we will take a quiz about Christopher Newport University. And whoever has the most points after 10 questions wins immunity, says the tribal council. If there is a tie, I have a set of tiebreaker questions. Another thing, the person that wins immunity will receive a clue to an immunity idol, but you have to give it to someone else publicly. So after the challenge, I'll give immunity, and you say like, all right, I will give it to Sydney, and Sydney gets it, and then she can open it whenever she wants.
Good job, Sydney.
Yeah, no matter what, Sydney gets the clue, guys. Okay. All right, I'll give you these boards, and we'll get started. Your first question about Christopher Newport University is, who is the current president of Christopher Newport University? Alright, when you're done, flip it over and look at me. Alright, 3, 2, 1, reveal.
You guys put your... There's no question.
Oh, you don't have to put it in. Okay, the correct answer was Paul Tribble. Everyone gets that right. Alright, so, second question. What year was CNU established? You can be within 2 years, and you will get the point. Once you're done, flip your board over onto your desk or on your chest, as Alex is doing, it's fine, and then just look at me so that I know you're done. Alright, 3, 2, 1, reveal. Alright, we have a lot of numbers. A lot of numbers here. Luke, if you can write a little bit bigger, buddy, that'd be spectacular.
Me too, please.
Yeah, okay, could you write that a little bigger?
I can't see them.
That should be better. Okay, so John said 1906. That's when Newport was born. I'm just kidding. So a lot of the 80s, a couple of the 60s, some question marks by Ryan. The correct answer is 1960. The only person that gets it right is Alex.
Let's go, Alex.
All right, next question. How many steps are there leading up to CNU Hall? Don't look out the window, because you won't be able to tell. To CNU Hall right across the lawn. How many stairs? How many steps does it take to get to the top? Not inside, just outside.
Is there a number range too?
Yes, I'm sorry. You could be within 1.
Oh. Within 1?
Within 1.
What?
All right, 3, 2, 1, reveal. Okay, we are all over the place. We range from 17 to 60. The correct answer is 30. So, sorry, Bronwyn, you're off by 1. Luke and Eden get the point. Question 4. True or false? And don't do the like, it looks like both. I know you know what I'm talking about. It better be clear. True or false? Santoro Hall is named after Dr. Anthony Santoro of the History Department. 50-50 shot. Alright. 3, 2, 1, reveal. Alright. Everyone says true except Kayla, Dalton, and Bronwyn and Emily. The correct answer is true. Anthony Santoro was the president before Tribble.
That's a thing.
That is a thing. He is now he's now back to being a professor. What is the full name of the library? Alex is laughing, which is concerning, which is not great. Alex is still writing, which is equally not great.
He's like scribbling onto the It's gonna be not legible.
It won't matter.
Okay. Is everyone good?
Yeah.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, reveal. Christopher Tribble Library is not right. You don't need the. If you put the, it's fine. But if you put the, you're fine. So the correct answer is Paul and Rosemary Tribble Library. So if you got that up, if you got that right, just keep it up. What is the name of CNU's official newspaper?
Ooh. Oh my god. Bruh.
Eden calling Ryan out. Alright, let's see if he's right. 3, 2, 1, reveal. Ryan, CNU does have a newspaper, in fact.
I went for it.
The correct answer, it is not CNH, help me. The correct answer is Captain's Log. Next question. You guys are not going to like this question.
Oh, God.
Alright, let's see.
Oh, no, it doesn't matter to me.
Let's see how you guys do on this. What type of order is used for the columns at CNU Hall?
What?
A. Doric. B. Ionic. C. Corinthian.
For CNU Hall.
For CNU Hall. It is not all the above. It's not a trick question. It is one of these. It is one of these three. All right. Let's see how much you guys know about Greek history. 3, 2, 1, reveal. Okay. I see a lot of B's. I see a couple A's and a couple C's. The correct answer is Corinthian, C. Bronwyn and John get it right. Question 8. What is the name of the statue outside of Regattas that is on the plaque? What is the name of the statue that's right out there?
I'm confident.
How confident are you, Ryan?
Like 99%.
Alright, let's see if that 1% goes to 3, 2, 1, reveal. Alright, let's see who knows this. Okay.
I don't have to.
Okay. Captain Chris, Trevor Wing, Frederick of Assisi.
That's who it is.
Sachisho or the philosopher. I can't even win, so Carl. The correct answer, I will take either Francis or Francesco. That is what the plaque. I read the plaque coming in. It said Francesco. Okay. So, 9th question. What is the name of CNU's football stadium? 3, 2, 1, reveal. Okay, so what is the new name? Alright, we will take either... Okay, well, no one put my answer. Alright, we will only take Town Bank Stadium. Is that correct? Okay.
The spelling count?
Pomoko.
Bro.
You put Town Bank, so you were right anyway.
But I also put Pomoko.
You only get 1 point. You don't get 2 points. So, final question. In the lead right now are John and Luke. If either one of you get this right, if only one of you gets it right, they win immunity. If both of you get it right, we will go into a tiebreaker. Final question.
It's so scary.
What year will the time capsule open in the middle of the Great Lawn?
I fell on that. Why don't I know this? That's what I need.
You can be within 3 years. Okay. Now you're not. No. Put the word down. All right. 3, 2, 1. Reveal. All right. So the correct answer is 2061.
Yo, let's go, Luke.
Luke wins immunity.
Let's go.
Luke is the one that gets it right. Luke wins immunity.
Luke, let's go.
All right, Luke, come on up and get it.
Wow.
Very impressive. Luke clearly did some studying. Oh goodness, you're a lot taller. All right. You are safe at Tribal Council. One more matter of business. You have this clue. You can give it to anyone here. Make your decision.
Luke, pick me. Pick me.
Okay.
All right, Kayla asked for it. She got it. All right. Luke, you are safe in Tribal Council. Kayla, you can open that private. Everyone else can have those first. You're Tribal Council.
Well, right after our little debrief after tribal, I got good vibes from Luke, and I was already feeling a little on edge about my previous alliance. And I also left tribal in the bottom, so I needed to be able to make some connection with someone on the other side, and it kind of felt to me that Luke could be my crack.
We've been on the minority, so we're trying to figure out how we can pull someone in to turn the tables here, but we don't know at this point.
Because you were mad after Tribal, and it was pretty apparent that you were upset. If we went to Dalton and we were like, Dalton, like, Smear, we definitely know he flipped, and now he wants to get you out, and we're all really confused because you're like one of our numbers, so like obviously we want you to stay. He's just like, he thinks you're dangerous.
Luke won, which kind of helped our plan go along because our options were John or Dalton. So it actually kind of worked out because I think the plan is to get Dalton out right now because he's causing like chaos among the groups a little bit. So that's the plan right now. So that kind of helped us even tell like help our plan kind of go so we can tell Dalton it's John because he said he'd get John out whenever he could.
I don't know. I feel comfortable approaching Luke and talking with him and trying to bring him in.
I think that's our best option.
Trying to get Luke on our side, and then we also like give some fake info to Dalton and see what he does with it, and see he's still like acting suspicious. We have to like test him in a way that's going to confirm that he's on their side.
What if? I think also testing Luke could be good beforehand. Because, like, or at least maybe have, like, one of us text Luke, and then when I talk to Luke, I can be like, oh, have you talked with anyone? And he's like, no, I haven't talked with anyone.
Like, we're trying to see if Luke will be willing to talk to his alliance and get them to vote for Dalton, because he's the one who flipped on our group, and we don't really trust him anymore, and we figured he'd, like, kind of a neutral target that everyone be willing to go after because he is kind of playing both sides. He's in the middle. So I know Braun would talk with Luke, trying to get him to talk to his alliance, which I think he did, and I think they probably would be willing to go for Dalton.
Luke is someone who I also wouldn't mind going pretty far with in the game. I obviously don't think I would, at least right now, I don't think I would be able to beat him at the end, but he is someone that I would want to work with moving forward. And so I reached out to him over GroupMe after Tribal and just told him, I was like, I'd really like to work with you. If you ever want to like meet up and talk, I'd love to chat about like where your head's at, how your group feels, how my group feels. And so that kind of started a dialogue between the two of us. So since then, we've talked a lot back and forth about people he's interacted with and kind of what would be the ideal situation for my group. We kind of have nothing to lose. Like,
we're in the minority.
There's also, there basically can't be any lying on our part because, like, I mean, what are we gonna say? Like, we are in the minority. Alex has already like talked with Dalton, so.
Well, so Dalton hasn't really said anything about that. Maybe he did. I don't know. Like, I mean, I believe you, but that gives me another reason not to trust Dalton, because like.
I think he is playing the middleman.
Oh, totally. So, I definitely don't want to vote off Dalton yet, because if we were to vote off Dalton, that would put the alliance back at 5-5. So I think they're like really, that's like their pitch to us is they're like, since he's kind of on the bottom of our alliance, and that would like, that's like where they're coming from. It's like that would, for them, that would even things back out.
I mean, if we're lucky and he still thinks he's with us, then we need to keep playing that game. But if
I think he's gonna realize after this vote that
he's no longer with us.
Yeah, regardless.
Yeah.
Whether he's voted out or whether he stays in, he's gonna know.
We just went through a tornado after the first tribal council, basically. So, we aren't in Kansas anymore.
Yeah.
We'll put it that way.
Make that the title of the episode.
Yeah. Luke giving the clue to Kayla kind of raises the question of, are they working together? Like, Kayla worked with us before the first vote. She obviously flipped over to their side at the vote, and now him giving her the clue kind of raises the question, are like anyone from our alliance going home tonight, one of the 4 of us? Like, he's assured us a couple times, no, we have another plan, you guys will be safe tonight, but just him giving the clue to Kayla, I mean, it kind of sounds like they're setting up a plan to maybe pull off another blind something tonight.
I mean, definitely very ballsy of Kayla just to be like, Luke, give it to me, like right now. And I can understand especially why Luke would give it to her after being placed in that situation. I think it would have been more awkward had he been like, no, I'm not going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to someone else. So I can understand why he gave it to her, which I guess is smart on her part for just like outwardly asking for it right away, because that makes him in a tricky spot. But I don't necessarily think that he gave it to her for any like underlying strategic reason.
So it's like I had to give it to someone. Obviously, I was going to give it to someone in my group, in the 5 of us. Kayla probably would not have been that person, but I was like, it was kind of awkward. I was like, oh, this is like in front of everybody. I have to like pick somebody, and she asked for it. And when she asked for it, I was like, there's no way I could just be like, oh no. So I was just like, when she asked for it, it just kind of gave me the perfect opportunity to be like, okay, here you go. So that's kind of how that went down. I didn't really put much thought into it. I kind of wish now maybe I give it to someone like Ryan or Eden, who maybe I trust a little bit more. But I mean, Kayla already shared it with us, so that's fine. I definitely wasn't going to give it to anyone except for one of the 4, though.
When you said that you can give the idol clue to anybody like who wants it, but you can't keep it for yourself, Luke was like John, he was like, I'll give it to you, and then I told Eden I'll give it to you. But then like when he got it, like just like the fast game person out of me just like jumped out and just like said like, asked for it, and I was like, can I have it? And he said yeah, and I said okay.
From what it seems like, Luke is very open, and I think he feels really threatened right now. I think one of the better things that we could do as a group to make him feel better about working with us
is the person that voted for him.
Yeah, let him know that we don't want to vote for him.
Yeah.
Right. At least going forward for the next couple. We need to tell Luke we believe it was done.
Pinky promise the whole 9 yards on it.
So,
yeah.
And also don't
put on the tears, Samir.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Luke. I haven't been able to stop it. I'm so sorry.
And so kind of our plan of attack was for me to connect with Luke and for Emily to connect with Kayla. And hopefully if we were able to bring in Luke and Kayla, we could vote out Dalton.
If that plan works, we could be looking at the final 5 right here.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. And like I know you know who I'm not gonna say the name, but I know you know who the other vote is, and I know that you know that person is lying, and I just wanted you like I just want you to tell the other people too that like I'm telling the truth.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much like that gets me like whatever, but I would just hope like you would go for the person that's lying rather than the person that's telling the truth.
I definitely think like the 5 of us would rather like keep you around and work with you over the other person.
Right.
Because we don't trust them because they're lying to our face right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they're pretending to be like play along with us and obviously not.
Right. And it's just like I also like know like another person is like telling that other person like details about what you guys are going to do to the other person.
So someone in our 5 is telling that person?
Right.
So we have 3 flippers potentially?
Yeah, so I was a whatever flipper, and then the other person was a flipper. The other person didn't flip, but he's telling information to the other person about what you guys are doing. And it's not Samir.
So it's Alex?
Yeah.
We kind of found out that Alex has been telling Dalton our information, so he's kind of like playing double agent as well. And even though he voted with us on the last tribe, like on the last council, we think he's kind of like their informant on our inside. So we wanted to like throw a name out there like John, so he wouldn't get suspicious that we suspect him. So that's kind of why we included him in that talk.
Emily goes and talks to Kayla, and Kayla basically tells us, oh, Alex has been a double agent. He's played both sides. He's been basically leaking all of the information that you have told him to us. So now they know everything. We're kind of powerless at this moment. However, what we're trying to do is we're trying to make Alex feel like he's still with us, so that hopefully he'll vote with us. And we don't necessarily see him as an alliance member, we only see him as a number.
They're kind of like, let's make it to the final 5 and then we can do it out then there, which for me does not present me in the final 2. They're kind of showing their hands because they would take each other over me. They live in the same dorm rooms. They're all in York East, which is very, very predictable. And they're blaming Dalton because he's a scapegoat. And they were pretty much interrogating him last night in the DSU. Even though I wasn't inside the building, they told me everything. And they were even coming up with a fake idol to try to get Dalton to believe them. And they almost seem like I'm not even there. Like, they'll talk to me like they'll go on a conversation for like 20 minutes straight. And they'll talk about random stuff. That brings to me that they're fairly connected together. And it's more than it seems. So I feel like the quicker that I can get to the head of this alliance, the better position that I will be later in the game. Because Dalton will have my back, and possibly John and Ryan will also have my back.
We were obviously upset about that. We did not tell Alex that we knew, though. And so I met up with Emily. We talked. She told me everything Kayla had said. I had talked a little bit about where Luke seemed to be.
We cannot trust Alex anymore. We can't let him know we suspect him at all. We think Dalton knows that we're gunning for him, but Alex doesn't know that we know at all.
I think we need to make sure that Alex feels comfortable and thinks that everything is normal.
So that was our plan, was to throw John's name out there, tell both Dalton and Alex that we decide we want to vote for John.
I'm kind of a free agent, but it's where I want to be. Even though I'm interpreted with the girls, I'm not really with them. I'm more of behind the scenes because I'm more of the camera guy filming, and they don't really even think I'm even there, except for a vote, of course, because why else would they need me?
And then obviously I've met a lot with my closest alliance of particularly Emily, because I told Emily right in the beginning that I want to do a final 2 with her, and so I've worked pretty hard to solidify that relationship. So we've talked strategy multiple different times, and I've also talked with Samir, Alex, and Sydney a lot, because it's kind of, we were the leftovers from the vote.
Alright, so
Alex, you suck.
Yes, you flipped on your...
You suck, man!
But you're telling them all of our information. That's what Kayla says. And then Luke and John are calling shots. And then...
Did she go into detail about, like, what calling the shots means? Like,
she just said,
did she say that they initiated the vote for Shannon, or was that...
What she said was that, like, they would just kind of throw ideas out there, and then Luke would throw an idea out, and then they would all agree to it. So they were kind of following his, whatever he put out, I guess. She didn't really go into that much detail. But she made it, She said Luke and John are the ringleaders. She said that, and then I was like, how is Luke kind of been in charge? He told us he wasn't really part of it, and then she said, oh, if he throws an idea out there, we'll all just kind of agree with it.
Okay. If Luke and John are, like, together, that's really dangerous.
Okay. And then she told me that Dalton was acting to them like he was a free agent, but he wasn't part of any alliance, which is why he joined their alliance.
Okay.
So we need to tell their alliance that he created our alliance, and that he was the like ringleader of our alliance.
Yeah.
And that him telling you guys that he's a free agent is total bullshit, and he needs to like. So Kayla said she would be willing to work with us if we can get the numbers. So if we can pull in Luke and tell him about Dalton, that he's untrustworthy, and that we want to vote for Dalton, if we can pull in Luke, Kayla said she's willing to join us and even talk to Eden and Ryan and see, because she thinks that if...
Let me text Luke.
So you're more loyal to Alex at this point than Dalton? Or
I'm not loyal to Alex or Dalton at all.
You're not loyal to him? No. So you'd be willing to vote Dalton out?
I would if you had the votes to do it, like for sure.
I know Bronwyn was going to approach Luke and see if we could get him. So you're saying Alex wouldn't vote with us at the next vote?
I don't know if he would. I think he would like have to, and maybe Johnson might persuade him like he's like on the good, like, you know, maybe he's just like not their target or something. I don't know, maybe I think we just have to convince Alex again that like Johnson's not on our side. I want Dalton out so bad. He threw out my name and I want him out. I want to vote him out, but I don't think I can this week because our alliance is like really good. Like it's really tight knit. I really like our alliance. I just don't like the thought of him throwing my name out. I don't like that. And I like the other alliance too. And they said if I vote out Dalton, then like they won't be mad at me anymore. So I think that's what we should do. I'm gonna try to convince my alliance that that's what we should do. Me and Dalton are playing the same game. We're just gonna see who plays it better. And I think I'm playing it better, but who knows? We'll see who lasts longer.
After the challenge, the plan was that we were gonna meet me, Emily, Samir, Sydney, and Alex. We still weren't gonna tell Alex that we knew he was feeding information, and so we were just gonna feed Alex fake information. So after the challenge, when Luke won, we were like, okay, like, let's vote John. Get out a threat. And we were like, okay, great, like, we're all feeling good, break. And so we all break, and we're all walking away, and probably not even 15 seconds go by. We're all walking away. Alex breaks out into a full-on sprint.
The four of us live in New York, so we all kind of started walking away together. And then we saw Alex leave, so we thought we might try and follow him.
It was obvious. He was going to go have a little powwow with the other alliance, members of his alliance, even though he was heading back toward his dorm.
So we're all like, what the heck is he doing?
But then Samir like kind of started running after him. So that made Alex turn back around.
Alex turns around, sees Samir sprinting after him, realizes that he's been caught, and starts sprinting back to Samir.
And Emily quickly rushes to me. She's like, what are you doing? You shouldn't be running right now. And I was like, oh, shoot. Because he saw us. Luckily, he came running back towards us. And we had to make up something quick. Because we kind of suspected that he was on to us now. So we said, hey, Dalton's dangerous. He needs to go. Basically all we said. Probably wasn't the best piece of information to give him. But what other choice did we have?
And I think Alex ended up just walking back to his dorm. I think that was the end of it.
The fact that he just betrayed his alliance and told me their plans, I don't even know if I can trust him. Like, I believe everything he's saying, but I wouldn't want to tell them anything because I know he would go and tell everybody else.
You'd rather be closer to your enemy than the people that you like.
We made a joke that John and Luke are like a couple. They're literally the two dads, I swear, of our group. And so yeah, they're just kind of more like, they're not quite as intent on like really like scheming. Like they are, obviously. They're still like excited about the game. But Ryan is very much like reaching out to everyone and trying to like get in everyone's business, and they're more just kind of like, yeah, we're just gonna stick together as long as we can. It'll be really fun.
Luke and I have talked, and I was because I'm scared that I might get voted off, because Dalton has even expressed to Luke that he's scared of me. And Luke himself has said that the whole other alliance, they call themselves the underdogs. Evidently, Luke has expressed that they're completely afraid of me. And so that's all I've heard. So that freaks me out, now that I don't have like 100% not going to get voted off. I don't have, what do you call it, immunity. I don't have that. So I'm kind of nervous that because Dalton easily could side with them, and then we have a 50-50, me and Bronwyn. I don't think he'll do that because he's very strong against Bronwyn, but it's in the back of my mind.
I would say it's definitely a 5 now. Like, I think everyone trusts Kayla completely now. So I would say there's a 5. Dalton, we're still a little unsure about. I mean, I think he'll stay with us, but I think he would be the first of our 6 to flip.
We talked about it after the challenge. We all got together, Dalton, I, Eden, Ryan, Luke, and Kayla, and we have determined to vote Bronwyn out, and so that's who we're going to go with. And we think that is the correct decision because she's probably the head member of that group. And right now we have the majority. And so what we're trying to do is bring it down to us 6, because then it'll be a lot easier. But personally, I don't trust Dalton all that much. I think he's going to be able, he could turn in anybody any moment. And he's just I think his strategy was just to talk a lot so people would trust him. But I don't think that people who talk a lot, I don't trust very much.
We really didn't want Dalton to come, but he was like, oh, we're having a meeting, and we were like, yep. And I love Dalton, but he's definitely at the bottom of our group for a lot of reasons.
He could still potentially flip against us because they would have numbers if he flips. So we're trying to keep him in, but keep him on a long leash.
Can't really talk about all the stuff we want to when Dalton's there because I don't really trust him that much, and Luke doesn't really trust him that. Johnny doesn't really trust him that much, but they wanted to get it. They want us to go down to final 6 with them, but which is I don't really want to do that with the person that I'm in alliance with. But it also helps for jury votes if you get people that's in your alliance out. I don't know. Emily
and Brian pitched voting off Dalton because obviously he is one of the ones who flipped on them, so they don't trust him. And I think they don't think we trust him either. And I was kind of telling them that I was kind of feeding that a little bit because I think that would be beneficial if they were to think we were all in agreement about voting the same person off. I don't think it would benefit us to vote him off now, though, because we have the majority counting him, and I think he's going to be loyal to us for at least the next vote. So I'm not worried about, personally, I don't want him gone just yet.
I think we don't really have any other choice but to trust Luke, because he's the one that we've been kind of filtering our communication through, and John hasn't tried to reach out to us at all, but Luke is at least willing to talk to us, so we really hope he's telling the truth. We don't have any other choice at this point, but
I feel like I've done as best a job as I can at showing him and demonstrating that I'm really interested in working with him. It's kind of resting on him to decide the same for me.
I kind of wanted to keep Bronwyn a little bit longer because she seems the one who's most willing to work with me, at least individually, and I think through that she's willing to work with the rest of my alliance. So I kind of, if it was up to me, I'd want to keep her a little longer, maybe go to someone like Samir, who I think is a big threat, or Emily.
So Luke is gaining Bronwyn's trust, and so he's thinking maybe we shouldn't vote her off because if I have her trust, that means that we can manipulate that group in the future.
So I think they are starting to kind of not trust Alex either, and they threw his name out there and said, if it's not Dalton this week, they'd be all right with Alex. And that was coming from Samir and Bronwyn. So I think they're really leaning towards Dalton, but they'd be all right with Alex. And I think they're trying to work with Kayla and I, especially because they don't have the numbers. If the 6 of us were to stay unified, they don't have the numbers to win. So I think that's why they're talking to Kayla and I a lot.
My group has nothing to lose, but everything to gain, and it's kind of all resting on Luke to convince his group to vote with us this vote. Because I think that I'm not necessarily tied to working with the entirety of my alliance long term, especially if they're interested in getting people out. If that's going to keep me safe, I'm willing to flip and work with other people, particularly Luke. I'm just really hoping that they're not gonna view me as a threat and decide to get rid of me, but instead they'll view me as a number. So I don't know. I guess right now I'm just trying to figure out the dynamic of how to appeal to them in that way.
But I just don't fully trust him, because I do think he's the one who's talking to like literally everybody. Like I don't think anyone else in the game is talking to like directly talking to everybody. But Dalton is directly talking to everybody.
I'm genuinely scared that Bronwyn might have the idol. If Bronwyn has the idol and we all vote for her, then I'm gonna be sent home if they all vote for me. So we gotta find a backup plan, I guess.
If we all 4 of us get through this vote, then it will be kind of a miracle, I would say at this point.
So, what's Alex? Despite what people are saying last tribal council, there must have been a lot of talking going on.
Absolutely. I mean, after that last vote, I feel like the line was completely drawn in the sand. I mean, people come up with lines to see who voted for who, what lines who's with this person, who might want to take on the future, who might not want to see in the final 3.
Samir, you were one of the people that seemed very surprised after the vote. Would you say you were blindsided last vote?
I did not expect that to happen, but it did. So, like, it definitely plays into tonight's vote. We don't know what's going to happen. And it's probably going to be the same exact idea for every single vote this season.
Okay. So, Sydney, like Alex was saying, do you feel like after the first vote, the lines have been drawn the same?
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely after the first vote, we had a pretty good sense of where everybody was, and I think there's definitely been a lot of scrambling a little bit, but yeah.
So, Bronwyn, how do you gauge who you can trust when it's actually get them to vote?
Well, I think that there's a lot of trust that goes both ways when trying to establish relationships in this game, and it can be really hard just placing all of your trust in one person or a group of people, but sometimes you just have to take a risk and hope that they'll stick with you and hope that it works out, because I mean that could be the only way that you're able to stay in.
Emily, and how closely connected would you say this group as a whole is?
I'd say we kind of share like some kind of bond just because we are doing this together. I definitely think there's groups that are closer, but I'd say as a whole we are, I'd say we're friends.
Okay. Luke, getting to the challenge. Did you adhere to my advice to study up, or did you just get lucky?
No, I just got lucky. Half my answers were guesses, but I did not study at all for that.
Well, that's good. Hopefully, you're studying for your classes instead, which is fine. And Kayla, you publicly asked for the clue to the hidden community idol. Do you fear that put a big target on you? Fair enough. John, what are the odds that someone has found the hidden community idol with 2 clues now being out there?
Yo, I have no idea. I don't know. Odds? Are you looking for a percentage? 70.8. I would say that there's a high percentage. I haven't looked, which I feel is really bad on my part, personally. Yeah, but I think that 69%.
Oh god.
Okay. With that, it is time to vote. Luke, you have immunity. Are you going to keep it tonight?
I am.
All right. With that, everyone else up for grabs. It is time to vote. Samir, you're first.
You should have answered my text.
We do?
Alright, so basically, do I just hold up my name?
Not your name, hopefully, but...
I meant like the vote.
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, you gotta go.
I really hope that we pull this off and people stick with me.
If anybody has the indie video and you want to play it, now is the time to do so. Okay. Once ready, this is final. First, put out will be asked to leave travel cafeteria immediately. How it goes. First vote. Dalton. Dalton. Let's do Dalton. John. 2 votes John, 1 vote John. Bronwyn. That's 2 votes Dalton, 2 votes Bronwyn, 1 vote John. Dalton. Bronwyn. 3 votes Dalton, 3 votes Bronwyn, 1 vote John, 4 votes Dalton. Dalton. 4 votes Dalton. Bronwyn. 4 votes Dalton, 4 votes Bronwyn, 1 vote John, 2 votes left. Bronwyn. 5 votes Bronwyn. Second person vote outside CNU, Uncharted Waters. Bronwyn is the choice. Bronwyn, count vote. I'm ready to go. I know this split vote, it seems like the lines are drawn in the same, like Alex said. However, in this game, you are never safe. That's all I got for you. Never stop back to business. Have a good night. Next time on Survivor. With the lines drawn in the sand, the underclassmen attempts to make a move.
Well, with that in mind, we have a little proposition.
The pressure of the game intensifies.
Do they want to win this game, or are they going to let John and Luke run the game for them?
And Kayla has an announcement to make.
I have something to say.
Okay.
Okay, so earlier today, I got a note that was slid under my door.
Yeah, so highly unfortunate tonight that I go home, especially with this boy.
So far, you're my biggest competition.
I'm sorry, I did try to fight for you a little bit, but I couldn't go against my group.
I did my best. I did what I could. It's fine. I had fun.